This never works out well.
No, of course not. It's gonna get fucked up.
What do you know? Get your ass to Mars. Mission. Wait.
I'm not having any output at all on the mic. I'm not having any output.
Gotta have time to masturbate.
I'm getting no output on the mic.
Okay, just a second.
It goes completely anti-science.
You get output on the mic. Where's that mushroom toy?
You're a cunt now. You've always been a cunt.
I guess he's not being charged for hollering at them about masturbation and threats.
And the only thing that's going to change is you're going to become an even bigger cunt.
When I have ideas, I just write them down.
And it's a sick world that we live in, where Disney cartoons like Monsters, Inc. make a movie star out of a
Giant green nutsack. Hey, welcome to Nothing Get Live. I'm the J. Tyler.
I am your Miss Parker.
I felt like we were having technical difficulties, but I'm not sure yet. So
Well, we'll find out.
we'll
but
let you guys decide.
preliminary results say we're not.
Okay. All right. Hey, since it's Tuesday was always a day that was like the newspapers were like this big. It was always a slow news day. It was always full of like puff pieces and, just.
You must have enjoyed that because there was less folding and rolling, and you could probably do
fit
it all
all
in one.
100 papers in one
Yeah.
bag. Yeah, in the bag. Also, you could fold them so tight that you could like snap people's for sale signs. Jeremy taught me how to do that. He would throw a newspaper at a for sale sign and it would.
They'd go, God damn that paper boy.
He also threw it through.
Henry, you're going to have to talk to him.
You also like to throw them on your roofs. Anyway, but yeah, so Tuesday. Look, so why an Alabama town? Now, I lived in Alabama
Mm-hmm.
in the late 70s, early 90s, right?
Early 80s.
It was like 80 and 82.
Okay, she said early 90s.
Well, 79 to like 80.
Yeah, but she said 90s. That's a big gap.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said
Yeah.
90s.
Yeah, you did.
Well, go figure. I confuse lemons with onions.
Yes, you've said.
So, the boll weevil monument. Now, this is a big deal in Southern teaching about the boll weevil. It's a dangerous animal that came through and ate up crops of cotton, which poor black people had to pick, right? And so, if you're a indentured servant, then maybe a boll weevil infestation is not that great for you.
Right. You'll be an indentured servant for the rest of your life.
Yeah. And that's where that comes from. So they
could keep people in servitude?
So-
Is that why it's an ode?
go ahead, read this in British.
A statue of a Greek woman standing proud in the center of Enterprise, Alabama. Its white marble arms stretch high above its head. Braced in the beautiful woman's hands is a round
I've seen this
bowl,
statue.
atop which is perched an enormous bug. It's a boll weevil. To be precise, about 50 pounds in statue form, but normally smaller than a pinky finger nail.
Most people.
Enterprise's weevil statue dates back to 1919, when a local merchant commissioned the marbled figure from an Italian sculptor. Originally, the classical statue held a fountain above her head. The insect wasn't added for another 30 years. The plaque in front of it reads the same today as it did then. In profound appreciation of the boll weevil and what it's
I should have read
done.
In
as-
profound appreciation of the boll weevil and that what is done for the health and prosperity in this monument was erected by the citizens of Enterprise, Coffee County, Alabama.
The monument could just be another piece of quirky Americana, a town honoring a small aspect of its heritage in a unique way. But the impact of the boll weevil has had across the United States is anything but small,
Okay. So,
and is far from positive.
right. This is funny because this goes back to like these cotton picking black people hating motherfuckers. Right? I imagine it was like was it their fault or something? Look, basically, right now, I'm starting to show up on just like this ass backwards way of thinking, right? And I just don't understand it. Like, it's like, dude, we don't need cotton. Bamboo works better. We already know that. I mean, insert fucking vegetation here. Hemp.
American South,
Dude, fuck
hamper
cotton.
in progress
Fuck cotton.
since
Fuck cotton.
1763.
Fuck your boll weevil and fuck cotton. Right?
So
That's my opinion on
what
that.
is why a monument? I don't understand. Should we read further into this and see why there's a monument? I get why.
Go
It's a
ahead.
big
The
deal.
havoc the boll weevil wrought on the southern economy was so disrupted that some scholars argued that it was one of the factors that spurred the Great Migration, the movement of 6 million African Americans from the South to urban areas in the North. As the weevil destroys the cotton farms, many farm workers moved elsewhere for employment, including urban centers. Free market at work.
So why would any town want to honor such a pest with an expensive statue, let alone call it a herald of prosperity?
Because it got rid of the darkies.
To understand that requires jumping back over 100 years in history to when the insect first invaded American farmland. The boll weevil, Antholomus grandis, is native to Mexico and lives almost exclusively on cotton plants. In the early season, adults feed on cotton leaves and then puncture the cotton square, the prefloral bud of the plant, to lay their eggs. When the eggs hatch, the grubs chew their way through everything inside, and by the time the plant opens up, the cotton lint should be present. The cotton lint that should be present is largely gone. In a single season, one mating pair can produce 2 million offspring.
Well, you know what you do? You blame the black people, and then you drive them north. So that's what happened. But anyway, that's just like a little bit of Alabama like history that I've known about for years. It just came across my radar, I guess. But yeah, I mean, cotton, it uses so much water, it trashes the fields it grows in. You can get 10 times the production out of hemp than you can out of I mean, you can make fucking almost anything out of hemp.
Oh yeah, you can make houses, you can make beds, you can make clothes, you can make
Flooring, oils, all kinds of shit. Salves, tinctures, Hope Craft CBDs.
lube.
This segment is brought to you by Hope Craft CBDs, HOPEXT.com. Jackson Tyne and Tammy Tyne are constantly out there in Delta, Colorado. Hope Ranch, more
Precisely.
specifically, they have peacocks, which I'm a little jealous of. But yeah, they're constantly working on improving the sustainability of their farms. They care about the environment, they care about climate change, and most of all, they care about you.
Hopecraft CBDs is more than 10 years in the making. And I just want to say that peacocks, when the females are ready to mate, they are inconsolable in their moaning.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't know because you're into keeping the
I don't
peahens
have-
satisfied.
Yeah.
If there's peahens in heat, he's taken care
there you
of. Right. They make tinctures and candy and salves and massage oil and soon to come lube.
Lube, get
Just
on it.
putting it out there.
Get on that lube.
Visit hopext.com. That's HOPEXT.com and enter promo code
STFUJ for up to 30% off. And don't forget, veteran owned and family owned for over a decade. All right. Back to it. Now we're
So
going to go
you want to talk about the Titanic?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just going to gloss over this. But apparently this is going up for auction. So this is kind of maybe a should I buy this thing, but probably not. But this is a picture of the iceberg that sunk the Titanic. And all the information's correct. And so
Sank in 3 hours.
yeah. So
The length of the movie.
right. So this photo is up for auction if you guys want. But yeah, that's just, I don't know. I've just been looking at old stuff. I figured it was a slow news day. I thought I would just fart around.
It makes you feel young when
It
you look at old
does. It
stuff.
does. And then, you know, we got like, what, 6 minutes left to kill for the next
So I
segment.
had a little fun last night. I mentioned yesterday I was going to see John Cleese, and I have a couple of things that I brought back from that. It's hard to
Oh, yeah.
remember. It's hard to remember everything because there
We'll
were
do
just
this in the third. We'll throw this to the third.
okay.
Right.
First of all, I don't know how many Python fans are out there, but there was also
John Cleese.
the first of the Pythons to die was Graham Chapman. He died of, I believe it was throat cancer in 1989, and John Cleese delivered his eulogy. And they played this video, and I had never seen it before. It's pretty good. You check it out.
And you broke the machine.
And it's not working.
It'll work.
Okay. Dump. Dump. Oh, it's going to Cucker.
No, it's
Oh,
not.
no. Okay. Yeah, it is. Why did it go to Cucker? I think it's because I advanced it. Here we go. Here we go. Okay.
What do you want?
Fader.
Co-author of the parrot sketch is no more.
Don't tell me what to do, woman.
Ceased to be. The rest of life, he rests in peace. He's kicked the bucket,
Michael Palin.
hopped the twig, bit the dust, snuffed it, breathed his last, and gone to meet the great head of light entertainment in the sky. And I guess that we're all thinking how sad it is that a man of such talent, of such capability for kindness, of such unusual intelligence,
He's a raving
should now
lunatic.
so
He knows
suddenly
it
be
too.
spirited away at the age of only 48, before he'd achieved many of the things of which he was capable, and before he'd had enough fun.
Damn, did you mean this for me?
Well, I feel that I should say, not
Like dead.
good riddance to him, the freeloading bastard. I hope he's fine. And the reason I feel
This
I
is how
should
you
say
give a
this
eulogy.
is he would never forgive me if I didn't, if I threw away this glorious opportunity to shock you all on his behalf. Anything for him but mindless good taste. I could hear him whispering in my ear last night as I was writing this. All right, please, he was saying, you're very proud of being the very first person ever to say shit on British television. If this service is really good, just for starters, I want you to become the first person ever at a British memorial service to say fuck.
Of course.
And I wanted to share one of the stories he told about Graham Chapman. He was talking about, he never actually talked about Eric Idle, but he talked about all the Pythons. And he saved the best for last, which was Graham Chapman. And he said his first comment was, Chapman was a one-off. And he told this story of how he would, I'm not going to do it justice because I don't have the accent and I'm not John Cleese. I don't have his delivery skills, but Graham Chapman had a pub that he liked to go to somewhere in
He
London.
probably owned it.
I kind of got that impression, but I'm not
He
sure.
probably
If you hear
fucking-
the story, you might think that he didn't own it. It was just a place he liked to hang out. But he was in the pub one night and there was some patron in there who was annoying him. So the way that he dealt with the annoying patron was he walked up to him, grabbed his drink, and I thought, okay, he's going to throw the drink on the guy. No, he picks up the drink, unzips his pants, dips his willy in it,
Oh,
and hands it back to the guy.
he dips his. You got to say that in British.
He dips his willy. He said he unzipped his trousers, whipped out his willy, and dipped it into the drink.
He teabagged that motherfucker. That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's my adventure.
That was your adventure. No, I mean, it seems like something that I'd be interested in seeing. Like John Cleese, like, of course. I mean,
Well, he's 82 years old and he doesn't do silly walks anymore. I got that confirmed. He brought that up before anyone could yell it out.
Yeah, right.
I was going to scream it like silly walks, but he said somebody at I had a fan at a show in Michigan or in Detroit who wanted me to do silly walks.
Some
and-
shithole country.
Yeah. I said, I don't do that anymore. I've never been much of a physical comedian. And Terry Jones wrote that sketch, and I never thought it was particularly funny. And I'm like,
Oh, shit.
whoa. And he said he had to practice the silly walks, and who knew? Because he's so good at it. He's like the ultimate because he's got those long legs, so he can do all those.
All right, you guys, we're gonna be back in a minute. I don't know. I don't know if this photo of the Titanic is real, but I was thinking about, man,
It's not up
should
there
I buy
right
that?
now.
No, I'm saying, but
There's a,
should I buy
it's a
that?
much more expensive
If
and
I-
exclusive
yeah,
photo
if
up
you
there
guys
now.
want
Make your
one,
bids.
Yeah, we'll make you stickers, and we're gonna tell you what a kedge is when we come back after the COVID corner. COVID corner, or I'm sorry, Dick of the Week is next. COVID corner, and then we're gonna do the what is it to be a kedge?
Yes.
The
And then other silliness and minutia.
All right, we'll see you guys in a little bit. I'm the Jay Tyler.
I am your Miss Parker.
This is Nothing Yet Live.